Cam Earlham. Hey yo, I'm Pause Been Chillin', Burger Patty Grillin'. Pause Been Chillin', Burger Patty Grillin'.
Welcome to the barbecue.
Ooh-wee. Y'all, guess what day it is?
What day is it?
It's Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
That means it's time for the barbecue on KCOU 88.1, Columbia, Missouri. It's currently 6:03 p.m. So today I have two special guests, actually. So the first one, want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, wake up, Columbia. It's Isaiah Jackson coming at you. Yes, sir. Junior here at the university, studying journalism, strategic communications. Shout out to Prezi for having me on.
Shout out. And
it's your boy, Don Kelly. I'm a junior here also, and I'm studying communications with a minor in digital storytelling and Black Studies.
all right, so y'all gave me your government names. What's your DJ name?
Oh, yeah. It's DJ Jax up here. You already know what it is on the track.
It's DK Cash, you feel me? You know, that's a high school name. I ain't even brought that back yet. But,
Yeah, DK Cash on the mic. I hear you.
I'm like, I like that. All right, so today, can you kind of tell me what we're talking about? I filled you in a little bit earlier.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about all the hot stuff that's going to be going on in America, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of wildness has been going on in the news and filling the timeline. So for sure, we're going to have the wildness that happened a couple weeks ago and last week with Mizzou Athletic tweets. There's a big town hall going on tonight, hosted by MSA, so definitely go check that out. You already know everybody in Popeyes wilding. I just finished with them in Flow a couple days ago, so we definitely going to see the updates on those type of things. So definitely for sure. And then some other people having some wild comments about how your parenting styles, and can't forget the lives that we might have lost this last couple weeks, and a big one with John Witherspoon, rest in peace for sure. And some other really big things are coming on as well. So definitely want to make sure you stay tuned as we get it cracking and diving into these discussions.
True. So we're going to start out with Frank Ocean, one of his singles he dropped the last couple weeks. So keep it here, y'all. So, the tweets. I think at this point, everyone kind of knows,
Right.
What happened.
Yeah.
But I guess, in your own words, how would you describe the situation?
The execution was poor, in my opinion, especially the final tweets that went out, which included 4 different pictures describing athletes or those that worked within Mizzou Athletics and saying that they're more than an athlete, and then having a description afterwards. It included 2 white people who included their future careers, and then it included 1 black woman, which just said that she was also an African-American woman, which isn't much more of a description since it included her picture, which is also
That's facts. It's like you can literally see that.
Yeah, you
she's
can see
an
that.
African-American woman.
And what made that worse for me is the fact that the whole caption was, I'm more than an athlete, I'm an African-American woman. And it's like, I guess our point is to say that you're more than just a black athlete, and black people are more than just athletes.
And then the other picture that was there was 4 pictures. There was 2 of the white people that had their future careers, but then there was one that said she was an African American woman, and then the other one said that it was a black guy. Yeah,
it switched up. One said I value equality.
Yeah. It was like a coach or it was a trainer, and said I value equality. And it was like, I'm more than a coach. I value equality. It's like
shouldn't everybody?
Right, and that's your only kind of description, Yeah. So. Yeah, for sure. That was a lot of issues that had to be dealt with that. Which, again, like I said, the intent was there, but there was a lot of issues that went underlying in the way that it hit a lot of people, especially since it came from such a large institution. And not even referring to Mizzou. Mizzou Athletics itself is a really large institution. There was definitely a lot of issues that people felt like that shouldn't have been able to happen whatsoever.
Yeah, no. And I don't know, because did you guys go to the NABJ talk we had on Monday?
I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, no, okay, that's fine.
We had to prepare for Play the Part.
And no
but
worries,
you definitely wanted to go.
No worries. Basically we kind of talked about the same thing and kind of just got student feedback, and a lot of people were kind of wondering who's in these spaces to make these decisions, for the fact that this was for a national Inclusion Week. And so you think that the highest person up would see this and someone would have stopped it, but
Right.
no one did.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt like there's at some point someone should have saw this tweet. Like I know sometimes we'll have like full campaigns planned out, but then the person who actually holds the Twitter and holds the power to hit send, that person might be one of the only people who see the actual tweet that's going to be sent out. And sometimes I think that is what needs to be viewed by multiple people before it hits send. And I think someone should be able to catch that for sure.
Yeah, because social media is such a driving factor in ways getting information out. So I feel like definitely more than one eye or two sets of eyes should be put on that before it's put out. But I also feel like the way they responded to the feedback was like very poor. They definitely they put a lot of replying under people's tweets that were talking about it. They were saying that this wasn't done right, and they were replying under those, and I was like, that's not necessarily helping. I think you need to tweet something yourself and have people reference that.
Copy-paste thing, yeah.
Exactly.
They copy-pasted a video that they had already posted initially, which the video...
Yeah, the video also had a lot of different struggles on the backside.
Problematic also.
Yeah, so the video itself was problematic, and for me, the video almost made the post worse.
Oh no, it definitely did.
Because then you see that same girl who said she's an African American woman also said her future career, also said other describing factors, and it's like she said all these things, and the one that you decided to pull was that she's an African American woman. It's like, that almost makes it worse. Like, you could have easily just said her future career along with the other two white women that you used their future careers as well.
Or they could have just not done the post and let the video just kind of,
I
think it's just
sit as it was.
The most disappointing thing is that it was during Diversity Week.
Yeah.
How does that slide on diversity? I might that. It's not acceptable in general, but the fact that went out on Diversity Week is just unacceptable.
They thought that was a good thing.
Right. Exactly. It was like, oh, this that one. This that one.
They was like, oh yeah, this is going. This is going.
We got black people over here.
Right. It was like, we like this.
Yeah.
It was. Ooh, but the town halls tonight. Hope it's going well. I know they're probably going to address some other things.
For sure.
I think there was an international student was attacked recently.
Yeah,
I don't
I heard
know
about that.
a lot of details about that, but I know that did happen. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different issues as a whole that a lot of students have been, wanting different changes on. Even a lot of those things that happened in 2015. There's a lot of those demands that happened and that were asked and that were somewhat met, but not really. And then a lot of those things weren't followed through. So there's a lot of things that people are still asking for change and still looking and demanding a lot of changes as well. So I hope there's a really great discussion happening.
Yeah, there's still a search for the black faculty to still be implemented. They're still looking for that, and that's something that's going to be discussed.
Yeah, especially the retention on black faculty. I know
that's their biggest issue.
Yeah, because they hired a lot of black teachers, a lot of black professors. But then whenever another school is like, hey, we're willing to pay you a little bit more, and they go to Mizzou like, hey, I'm trying to stay. Can you, pay me at least to match this amount? They're like, nah, you're good. You can go. Like, we straight. And it's just like the retention factor and the value of our black faculty is just real low. And so it's another real big issue we got to deal with.
That's real, because I know one of the requests or the demands from during the protest was they wanted, I think, a 10% increase in black faculty, and they met that, but
it's right back to the same numbers.
Right back to where it was.
Right back to where it was. So there's definitely a lot of issues. Definitely, Legion of Black Allegiance has been doing a lot, trying to make sure that a lot of those things have been met and that the constituents are being kind of held to standard as well. So, for sure.
I think I asked you last year. I did a project where I looked. It was like out of around 2,000 faculty, only 65 were black.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got those reactions. A lot of people said they thought it was 100, and I'm like, why would you think that?
No way.
It's so low. Like, you'll get like a couple per school, maybe. Like, I remember we had Miss Ebony Reed came in through the J School, and she came in after that 2015 and them hiring more black faculty. And I was talking to her at the end of last semester, like, I know a lot of other black faculty are leaving. Do you think you'll be able to stay? Like, are you staying with us? And she said yes at the time. She was like, yeah, I'm staying. still good. J School's doing a good job. I came back this fall.
Shorty left.
She had to go out the summer. Somebody came with her with an offer. She had to go out the summer. So I was like, man, we losing them all one by one. Man. So for sure, a lot of different issues that we definitely got to handle for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a lot going on. But I don't know. Hopefully the school will get it together. So what do you guys think that I guess the school needs to do or would need to do to kind of improve overall?
I think that they should not necessarily just focus on getting more black faculty members and like the retention, but I think the character of those black faculty members matter. Like, not just being black on campus and being a faculty member is like the most effective method of changing things. I think it's somebody that's going to push the boundaries and not necessarily be complacent once they get here thinking that everything's okay. They need to be able to try and like not necessarily just fall back into the scene, just trying to push the boundaries on things that need to be done and things that need to be like advanced.
For sure. Yeah, no, for me, I definitely think being able to recognize the issues and own those issues. So like we were talking about, valuing our students, our black students, not just tolerating them, but celebrating them and having a lot of things be kind of equal. Because I know we talk about esteem and how a lot of things that happen in different parts of Mizzou and different traditions have different esteem values. So one tradition might be worth more, it might be more important to Mizzou than maybe some of our black traditions that we have here as well. So I think just overall the culture that Mizzou has, especially higher up, should definitely have a large change in the way that we celebrate our students and faculty here on campus.
Definitely agree.
True. All right, so kind of switching gears a little bit, that sandwich, that Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
So have y'all gotten a chance to try it?
I got a bite.
One bite?
I'm waiting for my sandwich. I need my own sandwich to devour, and I have not received that yet. We actually should go right now.
Yeah, I think I might leave right here right after and go get it. But I haven't had it. I've definitely heard a lot of reviews, but I'm not exactly sure which one I'm like conclusive with, because I've heard that it's a lot of chicken, like it's a big breast, so it's kind of hard to like bite into, which I thought was kind of weird for somebody like say. I was like, that's not necessarily something I expected to hear. But I heard that the sauce makes the sandwich, but I also like, me personally, I don't like mayo, and it's like spicy mayo or like regular mayo, so I don't know if it's gonna hit for me because I don't necessarily like what's going to make the sandwich. So,
have you got one?
I have.
Ooh,
but
okay.
But review time.
Y'all are gonna clown me. Okay, so I don't really like condiments, right?
Right.
So
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that though.
Laughing.
I really am.
we went with our friend Morgan, and I got ketchup on it.
Oh.
You made that choice. Cool.
Okay.
Did you take the mayo off also, or was it both? It's both together. You decided.
I asked them.
Okay.
So I initially went right. We waited in line for like half an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I get the sandwich, and I said, I just want it plain, nothing on it, like just ketchup on the side. So they gave me a sandwich with everything on it, everything. Yes, I was obsessed. So I got out the car, I went and got another sandwich. So I had two at this point. So the second one was plain, nothing on it. I put some ketchup on it. It hit. It hit. I know y'all probably
with nothing on it, or the regular,
the
ketchup one,
with nothing on it,
all right,
but just ketchup,
right,
and the bun and the chicken.
I believe it. I'm a ketchup person.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I would have put ketchup on it, but I believe that it might have hit. For
but
sure.
I'm also like been thinking, like I seen a video on Twitter. I think it's like Mark Phillips or something.
Somebody's making the sandwich.
Yeah, like it was like somebody was like the customer service. I think we're forgetting that they're like
that
they still have like
happened to me.
very bad customer service.
No, yes. Yeah. Every time I go to Popeyes, my order is wrong.
Yeah, no matter what.
Or they're out of chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a chicken place. I feel like you should keep that in stock. I feel like that should be readily available at all times. I shouldn't have to come at 7:00 and you're running out of chicken. But I mean, that's just how it is, I guess.
I definitely think people expected since the sandwich was so good, they were like, oh, well, then the service, has to match.
No, never.
No, it's
Nope.
still Popeyes.
Those
It's
same
still-
people still work there.
No, I asked this woman, I said, it's the second time I went, I said, can I have some ketchup? She said, we don't have any more. And there was a big, like bucket of ketchup, right?
I seen that.
No, that literally happened. Yes, it
That's
literally happened to
hilarious.
me.
Because I was just in the video and they were like,
Yes.
that's not for you.
Like, there's ketchup right there. Like, it was so
hilarious.
much ketchup, too. Like,
Wow.
no one gets ketchup at Popeyes except me.
Except you. They knew you wanted it for your chicken sandwich and wouldn't give it to you.
Literally.
Tragic.
It's all for you.
Big
But yes,
tragic.
overall, so the sandwich texture is A1.
Really?
The crunchiness, that's what
It was.
it's the crunch.
It's the crunch.
It's the crispiness of this chicken breast.
Yes.
It's different.
It hits.
It's different.
Chick-fil-A
It's
could
different.
never.
Can never.
They can never.
It's better than Chick-fil-A. You heard it first.
Bro.
From
The
here.
yeah.
I'm
Right now,
scared.
the
The
barbecue.
I'm scared though.
The barbecue endorses the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Okay.
We love to see it.
Official.
Yes.
Love to see it.
Officially. Love to see
Officially.
it.
But I'm just scared. Like I don't know. I don't want to change. Like I don't want it to
no.
change me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel
Yeah.
like
Don't-
it's going to change
No, you're gonna
me.
think about the sandwich for at least 5 days after. You
Really?
Yes.
Side effects.
I'm kind of
Like,
scared.
it's side effects on the side of the
have
label.
you guys been seeing that this picture on Twitter with the with the lady that usually does like the Louisiana fry
no,
and
what
like she hasn't been saying anything about the sandwich. Like
Oh, yeah.
they won't let her say nothing about the sandwich.
But I mean, I did say that.
Like the black lady that usually be talking about something.
Yeah.
Love that chicken with Popeyes. She
Yeah,
be doing that.
yeah.
She like they ain't letting her say nothing
True.
about the sandwich. I was like, stay woke. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's funny, but I definitely do believe though they were like, I mean, Black Twitter got her. She in the crib chilling because Black Twitter going crazy over this sandwich because they got her. She don't even need to say nothing about it.
No, that's
sure.
that's facts. And then, you're just gonna think about it for a couple days. You're gonna want it at the most random times. I don't know what they put in it. I really don't.
That's what I'm trying to
It's something.
say.
There's something in
There's
there.
something in there.
I don't know what it is.
So I'm like, man, that sounds really hit right now.
I mean-
but from Popeyes, not from anywhere.
Yeah,
else.
no, it's a specific feeling that you have.
Cause the bun,
It's just a 10. I hear it's a 10 out of 10.
it's
I don't know. I've also heard this might just be Popeyes. You know, like their customer service is bad, but I've heard that like they be burning the buns.
I heard that.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be the person that has the worst experience when I go, and I'm like, this is like I don't even want no more here. Like, give it back to them. No, I don't want this anymore.
Cause they put it. I saw them they put like in this little like machine thing, and it like
Tricks
goes
it.
down and it pop and it falls. Then they put the mayo on it if you want mayo. If you're into that kind of thing, I'm not.
Yeah, definitely not.
But then also along with this release of the sandwich, someone got killed.
Yeah, that's
Someone
wild.
got killed over
I
the
ain't seen
sandwich.
that.
It's just not that deep. It can't be.
It's never that deep.
It can't be.
But look. What I've noticed that they've been having fights. I seen like people throwing N-words, stuff, all
Yeah,
that.
people
And the
going crazy.
Boondocks called it. They're starting to get on the same level as the Simpsons.
Yeah.
They're on it.
They are.
on it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's crazy.
No, it's
People losing their mind. People definitely are losing their mind.
I
Yeah.
just I cannot believe someone died over this sandwich. I didn't think it would happen.
I ain't either. I didn't think he was gonna go that far.
No.
Not over a sandwich. Like, wow.
No, but speaking of the Boondocks, rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Yeah, no, that hurt. That was
hurt.
real. But because I remember someone had made a post, posted his picture, and like it was like a link to a story about him, and somebody was like, "Oh man, I thought Pops died. I was finna cry," but it was just like a story about him, and it was like a couple months ago. And then like I saw the same thing,
Right.
and then but he actually had passed, and I was like, "Oh no," because that's like a straight like grandfather, Pops, like
Exactly.
like uncle type, role.
Especially
Yeah.
for the fact that they're like rebooting the Boondocks.
I mean.
I really don't know. Like, I would not
Yeah.
want to watch it without him.
Yeah, it completely changes the dynamic of the show for sure.
I don't even know how they're like going to keep it going. Like, I think Isaiah told me that they still like filmed some of the
I think they already
episodes.
started some recording, is what I heard.
But I think that's like entirely too like difficult because they lived in his like crib. So
Yeah.
I don't know how this is gonna like do they like move or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe to go back to the hood and
Chicago. That's
Right.
what they was
Yeah.
from. Yes.
and get confronted by his cousin. You know how they was
and Dewey.
Yeah. Where'd your capri pants?
Mama say, Mama say, Mama say. Yeah.
But going off that, what are you guys' favorite Boondock moments? What's your favorite episode?
That's a good question. I definitely like the balling episode when Riley started to hoop,
Made that
and
little
then they were losing, and then he started talking trash to the little girl and made her cry. That episode cracks me up every single time. But definitely the first episode, like the first one at the
Wait.
garden party.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the
when-
one R. Kelly.
No, that's the second
my
one.
Okay.
favorite.
Yeah, that's
That
the
is
second
my
one.
favorite.
Yeah, no, the garden party definitely cracks me up because it's like he just comes out like the first like lines of the movie. It's just like, or the lines of the show. It's like, oh, okay, so this is the type of show it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, the trial of R. Kelly. We were just talking about that upstairs. That one kills me. The one where he's going in on the lawyer, like
Oh.
Riley. He's literally just like going in
president
all
is
facts,
black.
and I was just like, I'm sitting here. I'm like, you know what? You have some valid points. Why are we not concerned? Why are we not more concerned about these things? But no, it was like hilarious. I think if you watch that episode, you like just have to watch at least the rest of that first season.
Yeah, it's
like that episode is just hilarious.
Yeah, no. I definitely loved how they like mix like current events at this. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a show that does that well to the point where it's still funny, it's still tasteful. You know what I'm saying? Because it can even be something deep, and they'll just add like little stories that were in the news and just make that absolutely hilarious. Like Milton, like the little boy who stole his grandma's car, and then they turned a whole
with cigarettes.
right smoking cigarettes with my friends. Like they turned that into an entire hilarious
Yes.
episode. Like
Yes.
or
And that teacher that said the N-word.
yes. Right, exactly. They perfectly was able to kind of mix those.
And then what's that other person? He was in jail. He's like, I want you, and I like
oh
it.
yeah,
And I like it. That one was hilarious too.
For sure.
I'm trying to think. My favorite episode, the Dodgeball episode, definitely.
Dodgeball, yeah.
Oh,
That was cold.
That was like the anime, like
No, that's
oh,
what I was.
oh, the kickball.
Yeah, like the kickball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, kickball.
For
No,
sure, for
that.
sure.
Just the animation with that, and
I mean,
it was amazing.
yeah, that was dope for sure. Rest in peace, Pops, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's time for a music break.
Yeah. Let's get it cracking. We're gonna get teed up real quick.
All right, stay here,
Good
y'all. All right. So before our guests have to go, we're gonna talk about this new Netflix show, Rhythm and Flow, real quick.
Yes.
So it came out like a month ago, I'd say, about a month ago. It's just like a American Idol, but for
Rap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hip hop. So what do you guys think of the show?
Concept wise, I really love it. Like to be able to like really like focus in on hip hop and to have its own show. I mean, I personally am like a student and have a love for hip hop. So being able to see the way that they broke down, made music, I really loved it. And then some of the rappers definitely were on there. I was like, oh, this is dope.
Followed,
Like
yes.
I definitely will listen to this afterwards. Like, so for sure, I definitely like the show for me.
I like the show, but I thought it was kind of like, I don't know. I think it started to make me realize like what different people looked in different rappers. Cause I was watching the show and some people were rapping for the towards the beginning, and they like send them through to go to LA. I think it was at the beginning. Yeah. They sent them to go through to LA, and I was like, they're just not good.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused on some of these people. I was like, what is happening? Like, because there were some people that I really liked. I was like, oh, he went in. And they were like, it just wasn't enough. I was like, what? Okay, I guess not. But
Nah, for sure. There was one dude who just came on there and he was and then I think it was on Cardi's solo episode when she was in New York.
Yeah.
And then they was like, I mean, you know, you sound like you got it. So they sent them to LA.
Dude with the dread or the locks?
I don't even remember who it was. I just know that in my head I was like, this is awful. And then like the next episode they went to Chicago and like somebody was spitting like raw. And I was like, going crazy. Yes.
Going crazy.
And then they was like, nah, bro, you just ain't got everything we need. And I was like,
They have stuff to build off of. That's what I was like. He got something to build off of.
right. And I was like, but the dude in New York, like, remember, like, I was like, if I was in Chicago, I would have been mad looking at this show. Like, I know he made it, but I ain't make it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. First of all, Cardi B being a judge.
Rough.
I didn't understand that either.
Like, I don't know. Even Chance, like, he's cool or whatever, but I don't know if he's at the level where he can kind of be a gatekeeper.
Right.
Or kind of be that. Like, T.I., T.I.'s been...
Yeah.
I think that was a great judge.
He's been around for a while. But... I don't know, Chance maybe a guest.
Right.
I feel like some of the people that they had in Chicago with Chance, I think he had Royce to 5'9" with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And Lupe Fiasco, I feel like they could have been
Great.
You know,
They could have
main
been like
judges.
actual judges.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Even when they were in New York, you got like Fat Joe. And I'm like, these are some
Yes.
actual gatekeepers of the hip hop
Yes.
to make sure this thing is true.
Yes.
And I'm a huge Chance fan. And I was still sometimes like, I don't really know if this is like
He's young. And
Yeah,
that's nothing
he's-
wrong with him being
right,
young. Yeah.
Exactly. But to be judging on other people's, hip hop, I don't know if he is at that point in his career yet. Kind of like you were saying, for sure.
I was definitely thinking that, especially with Cardi B, like some of the stuff she was saying, like you could just tell, not necessarily like, oh, they're kind of young in the rap game. It was like some of the stuff they were saying was kind of surface level.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh, is
Like-
it going to sell?
Yeah,
Which
like-
I guess that is important.
It is.
That is
Right.
important.
Right.
But I feel like that's the only reason she was,
Yeah, for
there.
sure. No,
Was
she
all about-
definitely. There was a couple times where she was just like, yeah, or whenever it was like a female rapper, and she was like, they would be spitting like real hard, like a woman rapper, and then Cardi was like, "Did you say something that could be my Instagram caption?"
Yeah.
Like, it don't gotta be your Instagram caption. It's dope. Like,
It's real stuff, man. Y'all
Right.
always be that.
right. So I definitely. And a lot, especially towards the end of the show, and she really wasn't judging. She was just squealing and like,
No,
I can't. I hate this. I was like, okay, can you stop?
Bro, yes, no. But overall, I mean, I'm satisfied with the winner. I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell you who it is.
Oh yeah, you gotta go watch it. But I'm definitely satisfied with the winner.
Yeah.
Definitely looked it up, listened to songs now, like fan for sure. Yeah.
No, oh my god. And then there's one rapper, I forgot her name, Ray Khalil.
From early on with
Yes.
the locks.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Was nice.
raw.
Yeah.
Because she was different. And I think she just dropped a mixtape and added some of the songs.
Yeah. I think when she got kicked off on like the in the battle raps.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because that one girl, Big Mouth Bo,
Oh,
was all in
I
her
was
face.
so mad.
I
I was so upset. I was so upset that episode.
Yes.
Cause I was so upset. I didn't like her the entire show on Big Mouth Bone. Yeah, I was
She had
upset
an attitude.
the entire time. I didn't like that whatsoever.
She was rude for.
That's just me.
She was mean for no reason. She got up in this girl's face. The girl still killed her though, and that's why I was like, "What are you talking about?" She didn't like do her thing. She came up here and like someone in her face in her.
Yeah, that was wild.
They tweaked.
They did tweak on that one.
Because Big Mouth Bo's music video sucked.
Terrible. It was
terrible. I seen that, though. That was terrible.
awful.
I just thought, I thought the judges' evaluations were all over the place. Like, I was like, how does some people get through and some people don't?
Yeah.
Her video was so bad.
It was
that
really
long zoom in to the
to the bridge.
I'm just a bill.
No, the whole song had me heated. I was like, I know she didn't even like, and then in her lyrics, she didn't even use like that as a metaphor. She just straight up just took the whole chorus from Schoolhouse Rock, just used it as her chorus. She didn't even use it as a metaphor or nothing. I'm just a bill. I was like, what?
No, it was.
I did not.
She ain't
I
right.
instantly
She
knew
ain't
that she
rhyming
was
or
going.
nothing.
Yeah, I was like, yep, you gotta
As soon
go.
as I saw that wide zoom, it's like she has
Rough.
to go.
And then it cut to the black and white, and she was just like on the wall.
It,
I was
no,
like,
it
yeah.
looked like a early Herb video, like
Early,
Right.
like
It looked like she
like
needs to
no
be
Herbo,
improving from there.
Yes,
not even Lil
Lil
Herb,
Herb,
just
yes.
Herb from early Herb.
like
Yeah,
it
that
was. Whew.
rough. Yeah, they had way too big of a budget for that video.
Right.
The fact that everybody else's was like
So much better.
good.
Right.
I was like, so did like
Yeah.
a 5-year-old director video.
Right. I wasn't the
Bro,
biggest
it
fan
was
of
so
Troy Man, but his video was really cool. And the
It
Cascade,
was. Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of his like hip hop, like
Yeah,
rapping.
no, it was very like electronic, like
Yeah.
poppy, which I'm not a fan of.
Right.
But I liked Caleb Colossus.
I did like Caleb Colossus.
Michelangelo.
That I
I
loved
added
that.
that
I added that song too.
That song
I
is
had
cold.
to. I was like,
Yes.
that song is hard. But Chance
Yes.
did give feedback on that I did like when he was
About-
like,
yeah.
when you're working in churches and like having stuff flipped. I was like, I didn't even think about
didn't
that.
think about that
That is some good ideas though for sure.
Yeah, no. But overall, I think the show. I want to see a season 2.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to see a season 2.
yeah. I want to see some more people. I'm gonna try out. If you guys catch me out on next Rhythm Flow, I definitely feel like
You know, go to
Jax
Chicago-
on the track.
Chicago
Yeah,
Be on
hey,
it.
hey, Jax OTT, Jax on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Mess
sir.
around. Mr. KC gonna be in there representing. I'm gonna go
I'm
to.
dead.
I definitely feel like I could win. You know, my battle rap skills are there. I definitely
Let's hear some
feel.
right now. They're here.
Oh,
Let's hear
oh,
it.
Let's
hear it.
oh.
Hey, right.
Oh, okay. I'm spitting on the track and they wanna know who. I said it's me, Jax, kicking on the barbecue. I got sit on the mic with my boy DK, and you know that we gon' kick it like every day. I said go see the Wiz, support black business. You know that we gon' get it, ain't nobody chillin'. I'ma stop so we can keep going with the show, but just let you know you might see me on Rhythm and Flow.
That was hard. I definitely thought
I
you was
didn't.
going.
Yeah, I don't know where I was. I didn't think I was gonna do it either. I don't know. I definitely went for
you
it.
Definitely
Yeah,
get a
you
separate
killed
clip.
that.
You definitely get a separate
You
clip.
did that. You did that.
That
You
was
did that. Right. You did that.
I appreciate that. I
Did what
appreciate
you
it.
needed to do, and that's that on that.
That's that on that. No, I
That's
appreciate that.
on that.
respect. But yeah, Rhythm and Flow,
Yeah.
great show. But
Great
I know
show.
y'all gotta skedaddle, so we can do socials real quick. So you
Yeah.
guys want to drop your social media,
For
let
sure.
people know where to find you.
Well, it's Donald Kelly with 3 Y's at the end on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, catch me. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. No, what it do? It's your boy Jax, Mr. KC. So it's Jax _Mr. KC. Definitely check me out on Twitter. Check me on Instagram. Actually, if you could actually go check me out on Twitter, I need 9 more follows before I hit that K. So y'all can actually go check me out on Instagram or not
follow
Instagram, on
him
Twitter.
right now.
Yeah, if y'all can actually go on Twitter and follow me, I need 9 more of them. So
I
yeah,
might
Jax.
need 400 some more. So if y'all can really come out to my Twitter, Donald Kelly,
I need,
KELLY,
600 more.
Right.
not KELLEY. That's often been mistaken.
Right.
So KELLYYY.
Right.
So
Why.
if y'all can
I
do
feel
that,
you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, but definitely check me out. A lot of different stuff. Trying to see some different content we can get rolling soon too.
Yes,
So
sir.
definitely check
Yes,
me out
sir.
on Twitter for sure.
No, for real. Y'all are welcome back anytime.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Great
The
Appreciate
barbecue
love.
was fire.
Much love,
Definitely
much love,
had the
right.
sauce on it. Had the
Thank
sauce on
Right.
it.
Not the spicy mayo.
No, not the
Not
spicy
that
mayo.
spicy mayo.
Ketchup.
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 Barbecue with the
Ketchup.
ketchup. Definitely. Yeah, nah, definitely appreciate you having the song. Definitely her up next. She got some fire coming too. So make sure y'all stay tuned for sure.
Yes, keep it here, y'all.
Yeah.
So, I have another special guest for y'all. The winner of Go BCC's Play the Part, the 11th annual Play the Part, Zeph France.
How you doing? Oh no, I'm supposed to talk right there. Okay.
No, yeah, you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Tell people, about you.
Yeah, I'm Zeph France. I'm a freshman here in Mizzou. Clearly I just started going here, but I just like to rap a lot. So, yeah.
All right, so can you kind of tell me how you got into rapping?
Actually, I just started rapping a year ago. That was when I had made a few songs before that, out of fun. I had a friend that had made a bet. I told her, I was like, man, if I could make a song, I bet you it'd be hard. And she was like, nah, no, it wouldn't. So then I made one, and the school kind of liked it, and I was like, all right, bet. So then I took a little break from it, and then last year I had a few things happen where cause I used to play sports a lot, and then I stopped really playing that, and then I got into the music, and then from then on it was just I started releasing for real, and then I released a little mixtape. It's called January 28th.
I saw it on your SoundCloud.
Yeah. It was called January 28th, and I put that out, and that went like crazy. Like as far as like for somebody who hadn't rapped before, hadn't done anything, at least to me. So then it was the rest was history after that. So just been rapping ever since.
All right. So can you kind of tell me about your performance at Play the Park? Because I wasn't able to go personally. Kind of like, how are you feeling?
Oh no, that was wild. Okay, because the crazy part about it was the night before I had performed at Zoo Soul. That was my first like series of performances at Mizzou, because like I just wanted to try it out, really get my jitters out. So like first couple times I did good at Zoo Soul, I was like 2 for 2. I'm like, yeah, they going crazy. So the next time, this is my third time, I'm like, all right, bet. I go up there, I forget the words. I was like, oh, okay. So I knew I had to come back hard the next day. So I had already like rehearsed that rap a million times, so I knew it was gonna, hit. And then I got out there and like I started rapping about it was a song off my January 28th mixtape. It's called Last Call. And that song is basically about like how my mom raised me and everything, and how I was able to like get a scholarship and stuff to come here, and like just pretty much an ode to like how the hard work that my mom put in, you know what I'm saying? So I rapped that song, that touched the audience, and it was a few lines in there that, you know what I'm saying, they really just liked a lot, and they was just responding to me, and I was able to like interact with them without being, so scared. Usually I'm like really timid as like a person, like I don't just be trying to, talk to people, but I was getting them to clap and stuff. So it was crazy. It was waving their hands. It was crazy. It was real fun though. Definitely enjoyed it.
That was cool. So would you want to do it next year then?
Yeah, definitely. It was a fun experience. I just, being able to feel like these are the same people that I see around school. So then it's like knowing that, somebody that you actually see around supports you in that manner, you know what I'm saying? It's real cool, because usually it's not always like that, so yeah.
That's facts. So can you kind of talk about what it's like at this point, being a student, being an artist on campus?
Oh, it's definitely a challenge, because, with homework, with certain things in like music, and then trying to actually record, because I'm really trying to do the music, like really trying to be a successful artist, so trying to figure out certain ways to get myself to another level with, as far as exposure and stuff, just trying to figure it all out and make music and get my homework done and keep my grades all like, it's a grind, but it's starting to teach me how to, manage my time a lot better, because it's possible, but it's just, I'm starting to realize a lot about myself. So it's challenging, but I enjoy the challenge. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So who are some artists that you look up to, kind of?
Oh, J. Cole. Definitely J. Cole. J. Cole, no doubt about it. I like.
Wait, what's his best album? There's a right answer and there's a wrong answer.
Okay, because we could go days for this.
Yeah, yes.
But I personally for bars, Friday Night Lights. Like bars, okay. Friday Night Lights. But like his best as like a project. Okay, look, there's 3 categories. Bars is Friday Night Lights. His best project put together is probably For Your Eyes Only, and then his best commercially successful album obviously is Forest Hills Drive. But like the story in For Your Eyes Only is just, you can't beat it. It's just like, it's amazing.
You left out Born Sinner. That is his.
Okay. It's great. It's good. It's great. Bro.
Y'all see my face right now?
That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Nobody ever says that. So I was like,
I did a poll on Twitter, I think last December, and it won. I did it between, I think, Forest Hills Drive and Born Sinner. And Born Sinner. Actually, no, I think it was 50-50. But no, Born Sinner, that's that album.
I'm gonna get fire. No, of course.
Because the deluxe version, he got some extra tracks on there. It's fucking fire.
Yeah, trust me. What's that? I was just listening to what was that? Land of the Snakes. That beat. Song. Oh my God. That beat. Oh my. Yeah, trust me. But another artist I really like. I like Anderson .Paak a lot. Definitely, I like his style. But I'm really like a big fan of like Playboy Carti. I don't know if that, like, it's just his originality, like how he's able to just be himself. But
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
That's
nobody who
facts.
can get on the track and like not say a word and like make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's so original
Except
is like.
Kanye.
But that's another dude. Like Kanye is just, you know, he had his moments that I'm just like, okay, but college dropout, late registration, graduation. Graduation to me is like a perfect album. Honestly, perfect. Like
College dropout. That's my.
yeah, all of them fire. But you know, so yeah, those three people I'm pretty like heavily. It's a bunch of others, but for sure, Playboi Carti is like huge to me just because, you know, he's so original that it's almost like anybody that tries to do what he's doing is copying him. So I have to like, you know what I'm saying? You can't, it's only one Playboi Carti. So it's like, how can you not respect that? So yeah.
But you're from KC, right?
Yeah.
So what's it been like trying to make a name for yourself in KC and then coming to Mizzou trying to make a name for yourself here as well?
Ooh, well, that's the thing. Like in Kansas City, this is really my first time really trying to make a name for myself really anywhere. Cause like in Kansas City, like a lot of my buzz came from school. I wasn't taking it as serious as far as like marketing, as far as trying to get my name buzzing in my area. It was more just like all my friends, all the people at my school, and that's why I say like meeting the people that I did and the way that it moved around, like it was just crazy to me because like I just like my SoundCloud went from like 20,000 plays, it's at like 90,000, and this is only like just at my small school that I'm at. So it was like, okay, I'm not even trying to put it out. So I came to college and I was like, okay, it's 20,000 people here. Like, we gonna make a move, you know? So now I'm trying to build it in, you know, it's gonna come slowly, but, you know, I'm just trying to make a move. And really, it's forcing me to get out of my box because I'm not a very outward trying to talk to everybody kind of person. But I know that I just kind of let the music speak for itself. So kind of like how this little BCC, not little, my bad. You know, how to play the part thing went, you know, it's just slowly building and letting people know me for the music rather than just like, okay, Zeph. Like, you know, I want them to know me, but I more like just recognize my music. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So you were talking earlier about how your mom kind of was your inspiration for your mixtape. Can you kind of talk more about that?
She wasn't the inspiration for the mixtape.
Okay.
It was actually it was a relationship I had gone through.
Okay.
So that was like a whole different thing. But that song specifically,
That song.
bro, my mom, oh my gosh, bro, I just got off the phone like 2 hours ago. But nah, my mom, that's my rock, bro. Like I seen her do the impossible, you know what I'm saying? I was playing AAU basketball. I don't know if any of y'all know what that's about, but playing AAU basketball,
It's tough.
playing games every weekend, 3, 4, 5 games a weekend, doing all of this. She had 2 jobs and she was going to nursing school all at the same time. And she graduated like cum laude. It was crazy from like, it's Rockhurst University. It's one of the better schools. It's a private school in Kansas City in college. She graduated like to one of like all A's and B's. I'm like, I seen her do that and I was like, man, I can do anything. So then it was like I was trying my best in school, trying to get a scholarship, trying to get something to, you know, help her because I knew that she wasn't gonna be able to pay $30,000 a year. So, you know, I just tried my best to get, you know what I'm saying, some scholarships, and I was able to do that. So I just made that song because I was so like, when I got the news, I was like, man, this is crazy. So that was like my ode to, you know what I'm saying, kind of not that I could ever repay her for what she really doing, but you know, it was my way of at least trying to. So, you know, but.
So you said the mixtape was inspired by a relationship.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you want to go more into
All right.
talk about that?
All right. So I ain't never told this story like out loud, like to a bunch of people, but essentially each, like the mixtapes are like dates. Like every song on the mixtape is a date. And my favorite rapper obviously is J. Cole. And her favorite, like her birthday, his birthday is on January 28th. So her birthday's on January 28th, right? So I was like, my whole plan was to make a J. Cole song on January 28th because I was like, oh yeah, bet. But then I went through the relationship and I was like, bro, I could write a whole mixtape about what just happened in this relationship and everything that's like, you know what I mean? So I was like, why not just put them together? So each date is like, if you go through each song, like the first song is kind of like I talk about social justice stuff that J. Cole would kind of talk about, but each date is significant to what the song is about. So like June 17th was Father's Day that year. So I wrote a song called Happy Father's Day. And then like each date is kind of like, it's a mix, it's kind of a turn because the way that it centers around a relationship is like when it hits August 17th, that was the day that I met her. So that was like the third day of school, and I just kind of remember that because I remember it was the third day of school. It was like in the library or whatever. So I met her, and then each song after that was kind of like happy, and like I was kind of changing like the mood of the album because that's how I kind of changed as a person. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So then it all wrapped back around in January 28th. So it was like I started with January 28th, 2017 essentially, and then January 28th, 2018. But it was like I went through a series of like,
that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of how I changed. So the album, the mixtape, kind of the mood of it changed. And it was like, to be honest, it was kind of a ploy to get her back because like she said she didn't really get a whole lot of stuff. Like nobody really paid attention to her birthday, I guess, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to be like, oh, Mr. Romantic. So I was like, all right, I made a song. Like I made January 28th is like her song, quote unquote. So that song, I was like, all right, if I'm a rapper, like this January 28th is, if I'm a rapper, people gonna know about this whole mixtape. It's always gonna be a part of that. So I was like, if I perform this and I got a bunch of fans, like January 28th pretty much to me is like a holiday because it's J. Cole's birthday. Right. But now it's gonna be like Zeph France birthday. You know what I'm saying? Zeph France album or whatever. So now January 28th is special to however many people listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So therefore people pay attention to your birthday now. So that was my, you know what I'm saying? That was I don't know. I was on one, bro.
No,
but,
that's a dope concept.
Yeah, I definitely put a lot of thought into that, but no, I like it though. I appreciate all the love I get for it for sure.
Oh, yeah. So what you plan on doing next? What's your next project? What you thinking about?
Ooh, next man.
You just trying to chill?
No. I'm grinding,
no gas,
definitely.
No breaks.
Definitely. But it's just more about execution. You know, I definitely put a lot of thought into how I put that out and how I'm very executed and very like calculated with how I do things. So right now I'm just kind of planning and putting things together. But at the moment, just really just grinding, putting in music, making as much music as possible. I try to write every day, you know, and just see what I can get. But definitely more music, definitely on the way, definitely.
So we're going to go to a music break real quick. We'll come back with more topics. Thank you so much for talking to us.
For sure.
All right, KCOU 88.1. This is The Barbecue, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, we're back. Unfortunately, we only have about 5 minutes left of the show. It is 7:50 p.m. on Thursday, KCOU 88.1 The Barbecue. So, Zeph, you have any closing words, any, thing you want to tell the people?
Just be on the lookout, man. I'm definitely working real hard. I just appreciate, if you do listen and you really like listening, I just hope that you get something out of my music because I really put my heart into it. I definitely do it for you. So, if you listen, I'm definitely doing it for you. So, just keep listening. Just know I'm working hard and I'm coming. I'm going to do something one of these days. So. Sure.
That's what's up. So you want to drop your socials real quick? Tell people where to find you.
Oh yeah. I primarily use Instagram. I don't really use Twitter. Mm-hmm. So it's just if you want to add me on Instagram, it's at Zeph.France. But ZEPH.France, like the country. So yeah. Love it.
All right. And my socials, you just Narita. You can find me on Instagram at Noel Walton _, on Twitter at Narita. On Tumblr at Narita. We love to plug the Tumblr. And then for the barbecue, you can find us. If they match now, guys. I made sure they match now. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at _barbecue. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Have a great Thursday.
Burger patty grillin', sauce been chillin', burger patty grillin'.
Welcome to the bar.